everyone. So I skipped a day making videos. I skipped yesterday, which was Monday. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. What day is it? Monday. It was Monday yesterday, I think. Yeah. So I skipped making a video yesterday because I tried to do a couple of things, and I don't know, I just wasn't feeling super great about it. I just didn't feel like making a video at the end of the day, and in the true fashion of me, migraine hardships continue. So I've just been having migraines on and off and on and off. And so they've been affecting what I can do and where I can go, and of course how I've been feeling and stuff like that. So yesterday it was very rainy, and so I chose a few things to do, particularly because it was rainy. Unfortunately, most museums are closed on Monday here, so I couldn't go to all the museums that I really wanted to go to, which I was planning on doing today, which I didn't get to do either because of migraines. I'll talk about today in a minute. But so yesterday, instead, I looked up online what people recommended for doing rainy days in Tokyo, and something that I really love that I've been looking for is a good place to find Sailor Moon and like Cardcaptor Sakura and a couple other like shoujo type anime things like that, just cause. And also because museums were closed. So I heard instead of Akihabara or the other Nakano that I went to, there's a place called Sunshine City, which is apparently a pretty cool shopping mall that you can get to entirely through subways. You don't have to go through the rain at all. So I decided to go to Sunshine City, which is in a city. The city isn't called Sunshine City. The shopping mall is called Sunshine City. I don't remember exactly where it was, but anyway, so I went there because I heard that it is a really, really good place for shoujo and like female otaku type stuff, just to check it out. And then my plan was, so it was a little bit farther out, so on my way back I would stop at Shibuya, maybe Harajuku, maybe go to like a monster cafe, do a whole bunch of stuff as I work my way back, and then go to a movie later in the day. Not a whole ton of that happened, like I said, because the day didn't go quite as planned. So I've been changing things up since my first couple weeks. So if you recall, I do not like making hard plans. I like going with the flow and figuring stuff out as I go along, which hasn't worked out entirely in my favor here in Tokyo. So I'm compromising and I'm making small plans, so tentative plans that I've been following, and it's actually been working out pretty well, except for yesterday, which it wasn't bad, it was fine. I just didn't feel like really great about it. I didn't feel bad though. I was kind of bored most of the day. So anyway, went to Sunshine City, tried to go to an anime cafe. A lot of places here are so busy that you have to wait hours and hours and hours in line just to get food, or you have to have a reservation. This place, I didn't realize had a reservation, even though I looked it up online. I don't remember reading anything about it, but it did. And so that changed my plan. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll walk around. There's always food everywhere. But I wasn't feeling well because of my migraine, and it's very hard to function when I have a bad migraine. And usually my stomach is also very upset too. And if you can also recall, I had a pretty bad day a couple days ago because I ate some questionable food. So so to make up for that, I wanted to eat a lot, but I was feeling sick to my stomach because of my migraine. But spoiler alert, that didn't stop me. I ate a ton of food and at least 3 desserts that day. Um, so I walked around. Every place had like such long lines. I should have had a contingency plan. But yeah, the lines were so long. So usually if you go to the very basement of a shopping mall or the very top floor, they'll have like food. I forget what the name is. Not exactly food courts, although some of them have food courts. They're like food events, kind of, where it'll be like a different theme and a whole bunch of vendors that make food will come and kind of show off their food and let you sample it, let you buy their stuff. So like in Yoyogi Park a couple weeks ago, there was a Hokkaido food festival thing on the top floor of this Sunshine City shopping mall. So, which is great because I love Hokkaido food from Hokkaido. So I got this really cool rice bowl, and it had beef in it, but when they give it to you, the rice is super hot, but the beef is actually freeze-dried, and they put just like this ground up freeze-dried beef on top, and then they shaved some really fresh wasabi into it. Wasabi. Which was so good. It's so delicious, freshly shaved. Oh my goodness. But it was so exciting because you like mix the bowl and then it would like cook the little meats. Oh, it was so good. It was really good. It was hard to get it because I was feeling really sick, and it took me a while to get up there. And the crowds in Sunshine City. Oh my goodness. There were so many people, even though it was like the beginning of the week. I was hoping there'd be less because it was a Monday. And then I was like, well, it's because this is like an upper middle class type shopping area. So that might make a difference as to why it was so crowded or what was going on. There were some more upscale, expensive stores in there. Not as much as other places like Omotesando and some places in like Roppongi and stuff. But it wasn't exactly cheap, I would say. So it was so busy, every store I tried to go into. And another reason I wanted to go to Sunshine City, besides staying out of the rain, was that the Pokestop is there. So there's a really popular Pokemon Center. Oh my goodness. There's the Pokemon Centers there where you can buy all things Pokemon. It's super popular. People go to play Pokemon Go. There was a whole bunch of people sitting right outside, like battling and doing raids. You can get a whole bunch of special items there. Yeah, it was really cool, but it was so packed. There were 13 registers, and just to check out, you had to wait in line for like 45 minutes to an hour. It was so packed. I really wanted to go in and look at the things and get some gifts for a couple people, but I was not feeling great. And so I couldn't handle it, so I just had to leave, which is a bummer, because I've always wanted to go to a Pokemon Center. I just think it's so cool, and I really like Pokemon, but that's okay. So then I went to, there was also like a Totoro store there, a Sanrio store, and Kittyland, which is kind of like Toys R Us, but it has all of the really cute characters like Hello Kitty and stuff. So it's kitty like kids, not Hello Kitty. But yeah, just like completely packed, just people like standing really close, you're trying to look at things, and the lines were so long. So maybe it might be better on another day. It might have just been that I had a migraine. So it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but meh. So then after that, I stopped at Shibuya, and what did I do? I had plans to do something, but it fell through, so I just wound up walking around, looking for food and stuff. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. So I went to, I wanted to do one of the conveyor belt sushis while I was here, but there's another place in Shibuya, so it's kind of like a conveyor belt sushi, and I posted on it on the Instagram, posted about it on the Instagram, but you have a little tablet in front of you, and you pick out what you want to order, and place your order through the tablet, and then the little conveyor belt will, like, zip the sushi to you. It's really cool. So yeah, that was fun. I got to do that. Had to wait in line for quite a while to get food, and I was starving. And then after that, because I lost my delicious dessert from the night before, so I had to make up for it and get more dessert. So at the Hokkaido place, I got some black ice cream. It was delicious. It was just like black for some reason for Halloween, I guess. It was so creamy, so lovely. Hokkaido's known for their cow milk. I think I've said that before. And so I got that in the afternoon. And after the conveyor sushi, I went and I got the world's second best melon pon ice cream. The reason it's called the world's second best is because it's the same store, and that's the second store that came after the other one, so it's the second best because it's the second store, which I think is really cute. But I've showed you melon pon before in a video, and then it basically had ice cream in it. You can get a whole bunch of different ones. I got one because I'm a sucker for really cute things, which has been extra difficult in Japan, as you can imagine. I got the stuffed melon pon, and it was Gudetama. So you've probably seen Gudetama. He's very popular in the US, especially with teens, I think. Gudetama has universal appeal, but he is a lazy egg, so it's like this egg that's just always like laying around and like is lazy and always says like meh and has no motivation. So I love Gudetama. I feel him on a personal level. So the melon pon was a Gudetama. It was mango and vanilla flavored, and it had like his little face, and he was like all sleepy. It was cute. I put it on the Instagram. So that was delicious. Yeah, and I was going to do something else. Yeah, just a whole bunch of plans fell through yesterday. I really want to see this documentary film that's playing here by a student who graduated from one of the universities that I did an interview at. So kind of part of my research. And the documentary is about Korean comfort women, which, if you have been following my blog, you'll know that it's always an issue in many ways here in Japan, but recently an art exhibit that featured a piece on comfort women was shut down, basically, and it's just been huge. So this documentary came out before that happened, but it's just an example that this is continuing to be a very serious and contentious human rights and social justice issue in Japan that a lot of people don't want to talk about. Yeah, so I want to go see that documentary. I think I'm going to try to do it tomorrow morning, but I wasn't able to see it yesterday because it was too late, and the last train would have left for the night by the time the movie got out, and it would have been like a 2-hour walk, if that, back to the hotel, so I didn't want to do that. Not worth. Yeah, so that was yesterday. Just didn't get to do a lot of stuff, wasn't feeling well. So then I woke up today, still had a really bad migraine because there's still bad weather. The pressure just keeps like fluctuating a whole lot. So got started a little late. I was supposed to go see the documentary this morning. Didn't happen. I wasn't feeling good. So I went over to Odaiba today. Is that where I went? Let me double check. Looking, yes. So I went to Odaiba because if any of you are planning to travel to Tokyo, you might see that one of the top 10 things it's almost always mentioned to do while you're here visiting is visit Teamlab Borderless. So it's a relatively new exhibition. It is a multimedia art exhibit, museum, something. It's a little difficult to explain, but it's always on every top 10 list. So I was like, okay, I need to see what this is all about. Completely worth the ticket price. It was really, really cool. I had to wait in line a really long time to get in, but that's just a part of life here, is waiting in line, being very patient and waiting for a lot of things. But it was really, really cool. It was very cool. I know I keep mentioning this, and I hope it doesn't sound like I'm complaining or anything like that, but bright flashing lights trigger my migraines. And there were a lot of bright flashing lights. So thankfully, I already had a migraine before I went, but then going made it so much worse. It was so bad. And so I was in it and I was having such a good time, but I was like, I'm having such a good time. Like trying so hard not to be in pain, and hoping it didn't ruin the day. And it turns out it didn't ruin the day. Oh my goodness, my eyes, I apologize, my allergies are very bad here. My eyes are so scratchy. Anyway, so it didn't ruin the day. Even though I'm still in a lot of pain, I had an amazing day, which is why I wanted to make a video. So good. So you'll see a lot of things when you're doing research about where you should visit in Japan. Of course, it's going to be a lot of like places for first timers, for tourists, things that you like, the big things you need to see. And I've been feeling really bad on my visit because I haven't gotten to see all those things or do the recommended things. But then the few things that I have, I don't know, I guess my expectations were so high, especially having wanted to come to Tokyo for so long. Just my expectations, I think, were very, very high, and some of the feelings I had in places I wanted to see when I was younger, I'm experiencing differently now. As somebody who's a little bit older and less able to cope with large crowds and a lot of noise and have worse migraines, you know. So, and not that that's bad or it's made the trip bad or anything, it's just a little different. But I was feeling bad about it for quite a while, and today was the first day where I realized that I don't have to feel bad about it, and I also don't have to feel bad about not seeing all the things that people have been recommending, or not wanting to go to certain places, or not being interested. Because like some of the stuff in Odaiba was a little bit recommended, but by far today was one of my favorite days. I loved Odaiba way more than Shinjuku, more than Harajuku, more than Shibuya, like more than every other place that I've been to, even though it very rarely made the top 10 list. Like there's a couple things in Odaiba that would often make the list, like the Teamlab Borderless, But everybody would always mention only going there and then not talking about Odaiba itself. They might mention in passing like Diver City or the Gundam statue or something. But it's just these little things in like every time I was walking around in Odaiba, I would see something new and it would be so exciting and it was like really relaxing and it wasn't as busy. And the people there were just different. Like the people there were so cool. Very, very cool people. The type of people I had expected to see in Tokyo or in like Shibuya and stuff. Yeah, it was just like really cool in so many different ways. So, Odaiba, for me, I think every single person is probably going to experience Tokyo differently and have different spots that really resonate with them and that they really love. I've heard a lot of people absolutely love Shibuya. I like it better than Shinjuku, but to be honest, it's not quite for me. It's still a little too busy. Yeah, it's a little much. I think it's too... A lot of people say it's like the trendy youth area district. It's trendy in a very specific way that doesn't necessarily resonate with me. I just don't personally fit in, I think, with Shibuya. But yeah, I love Odaiba. And I'm trying to like quite explain why I loved it so much. I don't know. I just really liked it, and it could be a fluke. It could be that it wasn't as busy today, or maybe it's just not as busy as the other places. Definitely, I'm sure not as much as Shinjuku. It does take a little bit more to get to Odaiba, but it was great. I loved it. So I went to Teamlab Borderless, which is absolutely amazing. Look up a YouTube video on it. It's very hard to explain, but it is beautiful. It is wonderful. If you get migraines or if you have epilepsy, maybe don't go or reconsider. You'll have to look into it. Just fair warning, there were a lot of flashing lights and very loud sounds, but it was beautiful and amazing. If you do decide to go, I thought, like 1.5 to 2 hours is fine. I highly recommend 3 to 4 hours. It is expansive. You do have to wait in lines after you get inside for other installations in there, but it's really, really cool. Very cool. You can get some good pictures in there. So that was awesome. And I didn't have a whole ton of plans after that. I went over to, what's that mall thing called? There's a mall right next to Teamlab Borderless. It's like a European art themed mall. It's pretty neat. It's not bad. It's like a lot of the other malls, kind of a mixture of like upscale, slightly expensive places and then not so much. But it was okay. I ate in the food court there, I had some curry, and then I wandered out, and then I remembered, wait a minute, I think the Gundam statue was in Odaiba. And as soon as I walked out of the doors, I kind of looked around and I could like see the Gundam's head peeking up over some like beautiful trees in this like very lovely like miniature park. So it was so cool. So I walked over there and I got to see the Gundam, but I missed its transformation because it transforms like 5 times a day into like a different form. But so I missed its transformation. I actually really want to go back to see it because I love Gundam. So I know I've talked about really loving like Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura and stuff, but I also really love some of the shonen stuff. So I really love Dragon Ball Z and especially Gundam. Love Gundam. When I was much younger, I used to have a subscription to New Type magazine, which has a lot of Gundam stuff in it. I watched like Gundam all the time, anytime I could. I watched all the Gundams, every single one of them, even the bad ones. I think Gundam SD. sorry if anyone likes Gundam SD. I didn't particularly care for it. It was kind of cute, but a little bit boring. Anyway, so I didn't realize, although I must have read about it, sorry, again, my allergies. I must have read about it somewhere that they recently updated the Gundam statue. So it used to be of an older Gundam, and they recently made a Gundam unicorn statue. So if any of you are familiar with the Gundam series, I'm sure you've probably seen the robots around. They're very, very popular. They are not Transformers. Those two are different things, although I can understand the confusion. So Gundam Unicorn is such a good, I believe it's like a mini series, like 3 or 4 longer episodes. Gundam Unicorn is so good. It's one of my favorite, like top 3 for sure Gundam series. I love it. So I didn't realize they had updated it, so I walked up expecting, I forget exactly what it's called, the older version of that, the older Gundam. And I saw the unicorn, which, you know, it's the unicorn Gundam because it has a little unicorn horn. It was so, oh my gosh, I was so excited. So maybe this is another reason why Odaiba just spoke to me, because I love Gundam. So I got to see this like really cool Gundam and went into the Gundam cafe. And you can get like tea and snacks. And if you order a boba tea, sorry, there's like a little condensation side. It comes in like this really cool thingy. Sorry, words are difficult. Tumbler, like a tumbler that you get as a souvenir. So here it is, Gundam Cafe. I get to keep this, and I got to pick the one I wanted. So I wanted the Sakura Blossom one because it's so cute. Oh, that cute little unicorn on there. Anyway, so I got to see the statue. That was really awesome. And then Diver City, which is another shopping mall. So there's a lot of shopping in Tokyo. Yeah, I'm not super into it. Although I say that, I'm going to show you the things that I bought. But I was there. So anyway, so then I went to Diver City, which is the coolest name. Diver City is the shopping mall. It's right next to Gundam, and much like Sunshine City is home to the Pokemon Center and very well known for that, Diver City is home to the, I want to call it the Gundam Center, no, the Gundam Base. So think Pokemon Center, where all the Pokemon things are, except this is the Gundam Base, where all the Gundam things are. And it was so cool. For some reason, I didn't even think about the fact that, like, I would probably want to see Gundam stuff while I was here. I was just, like, so kind of laser focused on, like, Hello Kitty, Totoro, Sailor Moon type things that, like, Gundam just, I don't know why, because I love Gundam. And Gundam Base is, like, so well known because they have it's like the headquarters for Gunpla stuff. So if any of you like making minifigures or are familiar with Gundam, even if it's not the anime, Gunpla, Gunpla, it's basically just Gundam plastic models, but there's a lot of like skill and art that goes into building these models, just like with anything else. So it's a huge like hobbyist pastime, even for people who don't watch the anime, because building them takes skill, but it's really fun. I haven't built many, so I'm not a huge enthusiast for Gunpla, although I do love it very much, and I do look at the winners every year from the Gunpla Championships, because they're so beautiful. Oh man, so DIY and amazing. People have so much talent. So the Gunpla stores there is where I was going with this, which means that they had like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Gundam figurines. It was so cool. I accidentally spent like 2, maybe 3 hours there. I don't even know how much time I spent. And it also has like a mini museum and shows you like how they make the plastic. Oh, and it showed like all the past winners of the championship. Oh my gosh, they were so beautiful. So I took so many pictures. It was so exciting. And I figured I'm here, and the kits were like so cheap, so much cheaper than in the US. And I don't know if that's because they have to be like imported or what's going on, but they were way cheaper. Not way cheaper, but a little cheaper. So I was like, well, I can't just come to a Gundam Base and not buy a model, but there were so many. I kept like picking them up and putting them back and picking them up and putting them back. Oh, because there were so many. There were so many cool ones, and I didn't know which one I wanted. And it's so hard to choose because I really like my nerd shelf aesthetic, and I wanted to make sure that whatever mobile suit or Gundam I chose like fit with the overall aesthetic and theme of my shelf. Oh, so I had a couple of them. I had the Wing Zero, the Gundam Wing Zero from Endless Waltz that I picked up. I'm sorry, this is turning into like this isn't even related to anything. This is turning into like a commercial for Gundam. I apologize to anyone who isn't familiar with Gundam. Even if you aren't familiar with Gundam or anime, even if you never will watch it ever, Gundam is more than just a show about like robots beating up other robots. The reason I really like it is because it has like incredibly complex and storylines that have a lot of depth that are to me deeply anti-war in a way that I just like haven't seen in too many other anime. It's quality. It is really, really good and beautiful and says a lot, which is a little ironic because a lot of the manga were written by like a super imperialist, nationalist, like Japanese man who I think wanted to like expand the military power in Japan. I think. I mean, I could be misremembering. Anyway, I don't know how that wound up translating into like some really powerful anti-war anime. But anyway, so that's what Gundam's about. That's why I love it. That's why I find it so important. And I've been watching it since I was really young, and I think it did have like a huge impact on me in a lot of ways. So I love Gundam. I've seen a lot of Gundam. So anyway, I picked up like a Wing Zero model, and then I put that back. I really wanted a Gundam because I love Gundam. Gundams are different than mobile suits. There's two different types of things that you can get. And then I also had some new ones from like Iron-Blooded Orphans. Iron-Blooded Orphans is really good. And I had a suit from... What else did I have? I don't know. I picked up so many. There's so many beautiful ones. I might go back. I really shouldn't. I need to stop spending money. I don't have enough money. I really shouldn't spend it, but I love them so much and I'm here. And I might not even make time to build them, I think. Ugh. I'm so conflicted. I'm such a shameless consumer. Consumerism. Anyway, speaking of consumerism, let me show you what I got. Where'd it go? Okay, so I have a lot of favorite Gundams and mobile suits and characters in the series. So because I had such a hard time deciding, and because I really love like vibrant red colors, and I love like really heavy, bulky looking armor, I tend to usually really love like very conflicted like type of nebulous characters with a lot of depth. For those of you with the series, you probably know where I'm going with this. I didn't wind up getting a Gundam. I got a mobile suit. I don't know if you could see this. Here it is. It's beautiful. So this is Char Aznavour. He is both a protagonist and an antagonist. He's an incredibly complex character. Anyway, so this is his mobile suit. Here it is, his Zaku 2 mobile suit. He's also known as the Red Comet, so the Red Comet version. Anyway, so I got this. I'm real excited. It is such, you might be able to see the side. Oh, that's what it looks like. Look how beautiful that is. Look how poseable it is. So, this is only a high grade version. It's a little confusing. So high grade doesn't mean that it's a super high grade. That's like the standard version. Very basic because I'm basic. So I didn't get anything special. I don't need that. I just wanted like a super basic, easy to build, calming, but like very pretty mobile suit or Gundam, and that's what I got. So I just got this high grade one, meaning that it doesn't have the internal little structure-y thing. But it's still super cool. Oh, here on the bottom, there he is. There's Char Aznable. He's a super cool guy. He always wears sunglasses. Oh, I love his character so much. So that's what I wound up choosing in the end, even though I really wanted something from Iron-Blooded Orphans. Oh my goodness, they had, I forget what it's called. It's not the Berserk version, maybe it is, but they did have the Gundam Unicorn there, and I really wanted the unicorn. It was so beautiful, so pretty. But I went with this instead. It just seemed like the safest bet. It's pretty cool, real bulky. I think it'll look best on my shelf with some of my other things. So that's what I bought. At Diver City, I spent so much time in there, but it was a great day. Oh, it was so good, and I'm so happy. I get to build this beautiful Gundam and put him on my shelf when I get home. He's gonna look lovely. And I did buy a couple Hello Kitty things. I think I bought like a little Gretsuko. So if you've seen on Netflix, one of Sanrio's newest characters is a red panda, and her name is Gretsuko, which is like a combination of aggressive and Zuko. That's wrong. No, but kind of. So she's like really angry. She's like very cute and muted most of the time, but then gets like super angry and like sings metal music, and I love a Gretsuko. So I got like a little folder that you put papers in, you know? So I like to get things that are very useful. Except for that. Because it's kind of useful. It's on my shelf and makes me happy. But I like to get really useful things, so I've been getting a lot of pens and folders. So I got a Gretsuko folder, and I got like a squishy stress Gudetama to give to someone at work, so they could just like squish Gudetama whenever they're stressed. Yeah, so that's what I did in Diver City, and then there's so many things to see around there, so many free things. Free things are my favorite things. I love doing stuff for free. So there's a little mini Statue of Liberty that I took a picture of. You can see the Rainbow Bridge from there. It wasn't rainbowing tonight, but you can still see it. It's really beautiful. There's little boats that sail along that canal river thingy there that are very pretty at night. You can see the whole city from across the bay. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You can also see Tokyo Tower. It's really far away, but you could see it. You could see it like poking up right behind the Rainbow Bridge. So there was a lot. It was really relaxing and lovely. I got a super sweet mobile suit, Gunpla. Got some really cute Hello Kitty stuff. But that was my day. I highly recommend Teamlab Borderless, 10 out of 10. Would go again with a lot of medication and snacks because you are in there for a very long time. I was going to go to the Parasite Museum today, so there's this whole museum that just has like parasites in it, which sounds lovely. But I actually accidentally spent way too long picking out my mobile suit, so I'll do that later. Yeah, didn't get to do that. Trains were good, everything was good today. Food was delicious, everything was lovely. Yeah. So I think that's it. If I have anything else to update, I'll make another video because this one's almost 45 minutes. These are getting longer and longer. So yeah, that's that. Do I have anything else to show you? No, I got you all some more presents. It's so expensive. I've spent so much money on just like food presents for everybody, but as long as it makes everyone happy, that's what matters in the end. Yeah. So that's all I had for you. I'm just reading something on my other screen. Okay. I'm gonna be home soon. A couple more days. I'm very conflicted about it, both sad and excited. I miss my kitties. I miss my family. I miss you all. I miss the students. But also, I love Tokyo. I love Japan. It's very lovely, and I haven't gotten to relax in a really long time, so this has been much needed. So yeah, I'm conflicted, excited and sad all at the same time. Yeah. So I hope you're all having a good week. Your week just started. It's Monday going on Tuesday. Oh, actually it's 7:30 a.m. there. It's Tuesday now. Yay, good morning. I hope you have a good Tuesday. And I will talk to you all later. So Odaiba, if any of you go to Odaiba. It's awesome. Okay. Right, have a good week. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye.